How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to show you my 2015 Freightliner Coronado and kind of go over some things about this truck and show you really how bad the truck market is right now. So I have my 2015 Freightliner Coronado. Nice truck, right? It is a pretty nice truck. You know, kind of walk around it here. Kind of give you a little overview of what it looks like and whatnot. You know, there's a little bit of surface rust, nothing serious. Other than that, you know, it's a nice truck. And you know, we'll go inside and start it up, and then I'll tell you kind of more about, you know, how good or bad the truck market actually is. So get up in here. We're gonna start this thing because it is hot out. Whew. I'll kind of show you so ignore that beeping, it'll go off as soon as the air pressurizes and whatnot, or the air goes up enough. But yeah, we'll do that real fast. Alright, so the truck is running. We'll let it warm up. Kind of show you guys around this side of it and whatnot. That's a nice truck. Walk around. Nice solid chrome bumper. Go back in here. Alright, so now that the truck is aired up and warmed up, get some AC going because it's like 95 degrees outside. So yeah, I talked in one of the last videos about the current status of the truck market, and I want you guys to guess. This is a 2015 Freightliner Coronado SD 122 or 122 SD, however you want to say it. What do you think this truck is worth? And if it was your truck in the condition it is, which there's virtually nothing wrong with it, what would you estimate the market value to be for this truck? And I'm going to share that with you and kind of go about where the current market is for trucks and how depressed the, you know, used truck prices are. So as you can see, we have 404,000 miles on the truck. So yeah, for being 2015, this truck is pretty low mileage. It's an average of like 40,000 miles a year, and it's not the lowest mileage example, but it's pretty low. I think I bought this truck with about 340,000 miles on it. So I called a couple dealers across the country that specialize in, like, you know, drop axle, more heavier spec trucks like this one. Now this truck is a D16. It's got 600 horsepower, full lockers, 46,000 pound rears, 13,000 front axle. You know, it's got the 18 speed manual, and it's got 391 gear ratio. And then I'll show you, it's got, you know, the small sleeper, as you see, you know, but you could still use it if you had to in a pinch. So this is how bad the truck market is, or these dealerships are just trying to steal the truck. So I called a bunch of dealers, and they gave me such an atrociously low offer on this truck. I couldn't believe it. For what this truck is, you know, it's kind of hard in this market because everybody sees a lot of trucks as just being like over-the-road freight trucks, but this truck is a little more specialized in that it's heavy spec rears, drop axle, 18 speed, 600 horse. And these dealers gave me such an atrocious offer. Half of them were like, oh, well, we're not interested because it's a Freightliner. You know, we like, you know, Peterbilt, Kenworth, and Western Star, which is kind of funny, even though, you know, Western Stars are Freightliners. I kind of mentioned that, and they don't seem to understand that. So yeah, they lowballed me so bad in this truck because, you know, I was going to sell this truck and get another truck that's got a bigger sleeper, and kind of just go another route with the type of trucks that I usually buy. and a lot of them just weren't interested. And the ones that were gave me such garbage, atrociously low offer, like $30,000. You know, one of them said, you know, maybe 40,000. But what do you guys think this thing's worth? You know, I know it's not 2021 no more. You know, when I bought this truck, I think I bought it for $85,000. And at the time, that was at the height of the market. Similar trucks to this one were selling all day long for about $100,000. So I did get it, you know, below market at the time in 2022 when I bought it. But yeah, that's just the status of the truck market right now. Or everybody's just trying to steal your truck and pay you nothing for it. Because I guarantee you, if they buy this truck, if I were to sell them this truck for $30,000, they would probably turn around and list it for somewhere in the $80,000 to $90,000 range. But yet, they're so scared of the market right now, and they'll just give you BS excuse like, oh, well, it's not a day cab. That's a recent excuse. I have never heard that before. Oh, if it was a day cab, you know, we might be interested. We could probably sell it and give you close to what you wanted, but it's a sleeper. And another guy, you know, just kept making up like more excuses the more I started talking to like 10 or 15 dealers. Because when I had my glider, I listed it, and then a bunch of these dealers started calling me, offering me, you know, offers. And I eventually settled on an offer that was a good price, you know, over what I had paid for it. So I even reached out to some of those same dealers that were hitting me up about my glider, and they just lowballed the crap out of me. You know, $30,000 for this truck. You know, this is a nice truck. I would estimate there's a lot of comps online, and some of them are pretty low. Like, you know, they're around 45,000 to 50,000, but they aren't, you know, a lot of them aren't heavy spec. They're not 600 horse. They don't have an 18 speed. They're, you know, 505 DD15s. They have automatics, or they got, you know, a 10 speed or 13 speed. So you guys let me know, am I crazy? Because I guess that just shows us either the state of the market is really that bad, where what would be a retail truck at, let's just say 70,000 or 75,000, they're trying to offer you $30,000. So all these dealers are just being, you know, scumbags and trying to steal your truck. Because, you know, I did call them, and I think they have all the leverage because I called them. Because, yeah, but that, like I said in my last video, you know, I'm trying to sell this truck to get another truck, and I can't even sell this thing. You know, I have it listed a couple places at a pretty low value, around 60,000. So, you know, DM me or message me if you're interested in this truck. You know, we've done a lot of work to it. You know, it's got all brand new suspension underneath it, new radiator, new clutch, and a lot of other like new stuff. You know, there's no cracks in the glass, you know, clean glass. AC blows real nice and cold. This thing will freeze you out literally, even when it's, you know, 90, 95 degrees outside. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. That just kind of is showing how bad the market is right now. So that's why I said it might be a decent time to sell your truck. I'm not going to give this thing away and let a dealership steal it from me just to relist it for, you know, double or even maybe triple the price that they give me. So let me know if I'm crazy, or if the market is really just that bad that I'd say a decent value for this truck is somewhere around 65 to 75,000. They're just offering 30,000, and I've had no hits on the truck since I listed it. Absolutely nothing. You know, it's been like crickets. So that's pretty insane. You know, that basically it's just such low interest and just nothing's moving online, nothing's selling. But then some of these dealers are still got their trucks jacked up, you know, way too high. And a lot of these dealers, it's kind of funny because they had some trucks I was interested in, and of course, you know, their truck is worth all the money, but then my truck is a piece of crap and it ain't worth nothing. I mean, that's kind of, you know, typical of you know the sales tactics or whatnot. So it's pretty frustrating, and hopefully the market kind of gets better. But yeah, let me know what you guys think this truck is worth and what you would pay for this truck. I don't know if it's still for sale or not. You know, I kind of might end up using it to do some other work. But yeah, I was just hoping to, you know, offload this and get into another truck that's got a, you know, bigger sleeper. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about the situation. I thought it's just crazy how much they're trying to lowball you on your equipment. All right, guys. Well, I'll catch you on the next one.